suggesting that Prince Harry's treated no better than a staff member living in his own house. But really, how is that faring? And more importantly, is Harry happy in this whole situation? As ever, let me explain. Hi, good to see you today. Thank you so much. I know it's just nice, isn't it, to look at this view. I like to show you, because it's nice. Just nice and fresh and green and wonderful looking, isn't it, And of course, let's think about it when you think, wherever you are in the world, is it as nice as this today? Always try and find a positive, whatever you're doing, you know what I mean? Because it's one of those things, isn't it, where you walk through life sometimes not appreciating the good things. We should be thrilled that we're all here, we're still watching, we're still awake, you know what I mean? Just. And think of the positives, I suppose, is what I'm trying to say. Now, the same maybe applies to this particular royal story because, as you know, there's been a revolving door at Archewell for a long time now. And the speculation is that people find it very hard to work with Meghan Markle, simply because she's obviously got demanding, extracting sort of things that she wants to do. I mean, I'm not so sure. Part of me says, is that truly the case? Or more importantly, would you say that, if you wanted to be kind or not, as the case may be, that, she just really wants certain things and knows exactly how to get them, pushing forward. Now, I'm not saying this is the right or the wrong thing. What's interesting here, though, is that obviously when you look at it, she's pushing ahead with all of her projects, Very much PR, little has been given, of course, to the likes of Prince Harry and his polo show, the Netflix thing that's currently in production alongside her alleged cooking show, which is now wrapped, as they've said. But what's interesting about this particular story is this. A source who worked alongside them on the Ill-Fated Archetypes podcast basically says to me that Harry is treated no more, or no better, some might suggest, than someone who's a little bit like a staff member. And where it gets really interesting is, apparently he's more than happy with that. Let me give you the inside track. You see, Meghan apparently takes care of every household side of it. Over in Montecito, the idea is that, allegedly, she does the money stuff, the deals, sorts out the management, works alongside that guy, Marcus. And Harry, really, if you think about it, has never handled what we would call day-to-day situations, like buying groceries, banking, electricity bills, that sort of stuff. So he's coasted along, just literally be more than happy to open the door for Doria or indeed do certain things, you know what I mean, just to keep the whole situation happy. But as that source told me, it seems very strange that a person of that calibre, who's used to a lot of big fuss, if you like, is little no more than something of a staff member, waiting, of course, for someone to feed him, waiting for someone to tell him what to do and when to do it and that sort of stuff. Now, I'm not trying to paint this guy out to be, a complete loser, don't get me wrong, but it's a strange situation, the setup that I've been told. And what I find very strange about it is this, that apparently Harry is kind of happy in this. He likes someone to take the lead, doesn't want necessarily to have a lot of things around him, telling him what to do and bossing him. A simple life was what he was looking for. The source told me the only downside that Harry doesn't particularly like is he did want a life away from, how should we put this, the glitz, the glamour and the scrutiny. And that's what he thought originally he was going to be getting, moving away to somewhere a little bit further away, not as demanding in his life or on his life, and, doing a different thing. He hadn't banked on the Netflix, the Spotify, the awards, all of that sort of stuff. But now he's in it. And he knows, according to that source, that there's really no going back. He has a lot of regrets about what he's done, but doesn't know how to correct them, as many people do once they go down this particular path. So for now, while people are speculating, what is the life like in Montecito? Well, Harry, some might suggest, is something of a staff member, but apparently more than happy to be one. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.